Barry Williams, in many ways, needs no introduction. Barry and Nita have been working together for a long, long time. In fact, Barry camped at the front of, in 1973 at Parliament House, so this is a 40-year celebration, and of lone fathers work speaking up for men, particularly single dads. This man has saved more lives than any of us in the room, trust me. He's pulled guns out of men's mouths. He's put out fires that men are going to burn the house down because they're just so distraught. And he's reached out to men and women all across Australia. He's got a support group for women in his organisation as well, Parents Without Partners. And he's just done an enormous job. And he's got a great team. They've got people all across the nation. Let's give him a big clap.
Thanks for that, Warwick. Can I first welcome you all to Ngunnawal country? I'm the proud father of 5 children, three boys, I think it's 3 boys, yeah, and 2 girls. And my children are Indigenous, they're Aboriginal. I married an Aboriginal woman. And I've always believed that children need a father as much as they need a mother. That's our motto. And it could happen in this country. We can only blame ourselves that it's not happening, because as Warwick said, it's actually 41 years I've been doing it, but the organisation turned 40 years on Long Tan Day, the 18th of August this year. And we've got to get men to stand up. We've got to get all the men in Australia to stand up and say enough's enough. Now, John Howard did some wonderful things. He brought in shared responsibility, shared care laws, and that didn't mean a lot to everybody. As one person said, it wasn't exactly what we wanted, but it was a start. But I can tell you from my organisation, which is the biggest in Australia and now the world, they say, of this type, that's according to America, there is more men in Australia getting shared care than ever before. But the trouble is, the next government after John Howard vowed, they even told me they were going to overturn it the best way they could. And the first thing they did, I want to share this story with you because it's sad. The first thing they did was introduce an amendment to the 2011 violence bill, which told people you can lie, perjure yourself and do what you like and you won't be charged. I sat in the Senate and I warned the Senate, 9 people, do not bring this through, it'll cause men's death. And it has. They just ignored it. Gary Humphries, Liberal, was the only person in that room that took notice. The Labor and the Greens said we're going ahead with it. Now, to follow that on, legislation in the child support schemes changed, which meant if you can't see your child for 14 weeks, we can double your child support because it means the other parent is a primary carer. Now it's being used all over Australia now, and many of the people who got shared care by the court is being denied the right to see their children by the other parent. So I spoke with the Chief Justice Diane Bryant and with John Fawkes. Oh no, I had John Fawkes at my meeting only a couple of weeks ago. John Pascoe, the Chief Federal Magistrate, and he said, Barry, our hands are tied because the Labor government took $40 billion off us and we can't even commence to do all our projects. We haven't got any circuit judges and things like that. And he mentioned a place like Lismore, and actually that's where I was born. He said, we've got no circuit judges to come along and to hear these cases. But one case which has led to me, I can name it now, is a bloke called Ben Poloni. He was said to them, I have shared care orders, I have them in my hand. The lady in the child support aid said, well, I don't care. She said, you haven't seen your child for 14 weeks, that's the new legislation. And she said, I'm going to hurt you even more. I'm going to put your child support up from $700 a month to $1,550. And he said, but lady, how will I keep my other family? How will I do it? And she said, I don't care. And he got really upset and started swearing and carrying on and that. And he said to her in the end, well, I hope you sleep well. And she answered him, I'll sleep like a baby. they found him hanging. And it's a very sad story. So I wasn't going to give up. The family came to me to help. I've been helping the family de facto now. And I was told by the coroner I could go and sit in 3 days coroner's inquest. And I warned them that I will speak out whether the coroner says you can't. Look, you can. Because I don't care if I go to jail over this. But the coroner has came up with that the Child Support Agency played a major part in him taking his life. They used it as a secondary part, which is the same thing when you read it. Now, that is on the internet, anyone can see it. It's called Ben Poloni, he was from Toowoomba, he was a fireman, and he had just picked up a body out of a crashed aeroplane only 24 hours before. So you could imagine how upset he was. But I just want to finish up quickly if I may. Years ago I was asked to be a men's health ambassador. I took on that, although I believe I should have resigned now. We took on that and we introduced a men's health ambassador. If they put enough money in it to give each man in Australia 34 cents a year a headache tablet. That's how we treated against the endless wish that used to be in the last parliament. Now I'm hoping to get down to Maurice Payne's office sometime today, because this is my second home here. I'm in here every time, and I have been for the last 38 years here in Old Parliament. And I want heads to roll over Ben's death, and I'm asking the Abbott government to have an inquiry into his death, parliamentary inquiry, and get rid of the person in charge of the Human Service at that time, the manager of the Child Support Act, and the minister. Now I'm not sure whether it was Bowen or Fleberserk or one of the others, but they have to go. You know, I don't want their head. Their family, their mother and father wants their head. The de facto said, I want to work with you, Barry. I want the laws changed. That's it. Thank you very much.